Here we are with American promoter Joe DeGuardia from the WBO convention in Las Vegas, Nevada. Joe, welcome to Notified.
Thanks. Great to be with you.
Joe, you have a big fight coming up with one of your fighters in your stable that you've been promoting for quite a while, Chris Algieri. For those of us, we only saw him fight with Roshan,
Right.
that we haven't been able to follow his career before that. We know he always fought in Huntington,
Yep.
right? Tell us a little about him.
Well, look, I mean, Chris is a kid with a lot of character. I think the fight with Ruslan showed a lot of the things that he's got. He's got good technical skills. He's a good technical boxer, but he's also got that kind of character, that will to win, the drive. When he got dropped twice in the first round, the eye completely closed, still had the sense to take a knee, and then in the sense to fight through that fight and keep his head about him, and really, basically pick apart Ruslan Provodnikov for the rest of the fight. So that's the kind of kid he is. He's a kid that won everything he's done in his life. He's been successful in everything. He was a kickboxing champion, undefeated, 20-0, won the title as a kickboxer, undefeated as a professional boxer. It's basically his MO. Go out there and win and be successful. Same thing like he's done inside schooling and everything else. That's the kind of fighter he is. He's got a lot of inner strength, and hopefully that'll carry over. And we've seen it a lot with him. I know you guys have only seen it with Ruslan maybe, and maybe you saw the fight just before that with Emmanuel Taylor, and that was on ESPN and how he did over there. But yes, all of the fights before Ruslan were at the Paramount in Huntington. Great place, great breeding ground for fighters. It reminds you of the old Blue Horizon maybe, but much nicer, classier, cleaner, but a great type of place to develop fighters. And what's interesting about it is it's a hot venue in terms of the fans are all on top of you. It's loud, okay? So when Ruslan fought at the Barclays Center in the biggest fight of his life against Chris Algieri, the one thing maybe people didn't realize was that Chris Algieri, when he went into that fight, it wasn't as loud as the Paramount, because the Paramount's all condensed. Everything's tight right on you. So Chris was ready for that. He was ready to be in a mega fight, because every fight at the Paramount was like a mega fight.
How was the experience of witness firsthand his development through the Paramount fights and then all the way to where he's now?
Oh, look, it's been spectacular. I knew he was a good fighter. I knew he was a good boxer. Okay, I knew he had a lot of potential, but he really developed in the pros. He learned his craft in the pros. He didn't have an amateur career at all. So he really developed in the professional ranks. And throughout those fights, it's been great because we've given bigger and bigger tests, different kind of styles, different kind of fighters, and he's passed every test. So it's been good. He's been developing along the way. He did it with Emmanuel Taylor, which is really the fight that I thought he showed his bones. And I was pretty confident going into the Ruslan Provodnikov fight. I felt strong that Chris was going to win that fight, and he came through. And I'm feeling good about the Pacquiao fight, too.
Now, we feel that he have actually two tests with the Pacquiao fight. The first one, he's going to have to move up in weight.
Correct.
So he's going to have to, I guess, put his title in idle while he goes up and challenge Pacquiao. And the second thing, obviously, is challenging Pacquiao himself. He's obviously one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. What are your feelings about those two challenges that he has ahead of him?
Well, I think going up in weight, I think Chris is actually the naturally bigger guy. So I'm not as concerned about the weight. Actually, Chris wanted the fight to be at 147 max. It was Pacquiao's camp that negotiated down to a catch weight. So we're okay with the weight. I don't think that's going to be that big of a problem. Obviously, the issue is Manny is an experienced legend fighter. He's got tons of talent, but more importantly, that experience, the ability to measure an opponent, to hop in and out, throw so many punches. So Manny's got a lot there, and that's going to be the hurdle that Chris has got to get by, especially the first few rounds when I think Manny might take it to him right away and try to make a war out of it. So, that's certainly an issue. But I think Chris will be ready. I think he's prepared. He knows what's going to be coming. Same way he knew it was going to be coming in with the most feared fighter in the industry, Ruslan Provodnikov, who basically is almost like a Russian tank, So now he'll have to deal with a similar thing with Pacquiao. But the thing with Pacquiao is that experience. He's a very, very skilled fighter. in terms of experience and knowing what to do. You can't make, the same moves twice with Pacquiao because he'll plan for it. So it's going to be a challenge, but I'm hoping and praying and expecting that Chris Algieri will be up for the task. Hola a todos at Notify, the best publication for boxing in the world. Okay? Spanish, yes, but throughout. The Spanish are the best fans anyway. So when you got Notify and it's top for the Spanish, it's top for the world. Go the way to go.